Talk about moratoria. What's a moratorium? Well, we've heard about moratoriums from oil and gas leasing. That moratorium for fracking was not a moratorium on oil and gas drilling, as most people said. It was a moratorium on vertical oil and gas drilling. And so there was a specific moratorium in the state that stopped them from drilling vertical wells while they went through a SGEIS process, which is a supplemental generic environmental impact statement process. That lasted about 6 years, and then it went permanent after that, after they determined that they could not, the state of New York determined that they could not permit it for health reasons, apparently, is what they ended up agreeing on. That is an extraordinary long moratorium, okay? Most moratoriums cannot be put into effect for that length of time. Moratoriums are used a lot of times by the local planning division of a government to stop the processes that are occurring in their town while they study it, step back, look at it, decide what's good for their town, what's not good for their town, what issues do they need to resolve before they can permit this in the town, and then go through the reasoned and deliberative process to come out with a good set of town regulations regarding whatever it is. We went through this with cell phones towers. We went through this with some of the oil and gas leasing. We went through it with some other things. Each town got to decide what they wanted to do during these moratoriums they put into effect. I think you'll see a lot of moratoriums on solar leasing. What's going to happen to you? Well, there's a timing differential when there's a moratorium. If you sign a letter of intent with the gas company, you're basically committing to signing the lease, okay? And if you sign the lease, then they're going to have a due diligence period. If that due diligence period is interrupted by a moratorium, you're not going to receive these rents that you're thinking you're going to receive. Now, if you stop planting crops, or if you stop haying fields, or if you stop growing timber, or cut all your timber down, worse yet, in anticipation of large rental streams, you're going to be sorely disappointed if there's a moratorium. How long a moratorium do I expect to go into effect for these? I'd say anywhere from 6 months to a year will probably be held reasonable. Anything more than a year, there's been a lot of cases in New York where the moratoriums have been knocked down, okay? Because they're really designed to just stop all development, and that's not what the purpose of the moratorium is. So don't be surprised if you see moratoriums, the things that they're trying to protect. They want to define the permitting process. They want farmland protection. They want zoning regulation, visual impacts. There's something called a view shed. Where these solar arrays go are going to end up being, I think, a big part of the future regulation of solar power. Effects on a landowner who has not signed a lease. They're not going to get any rent. You know, they're going to have some other issues that affect them. There's other issues like termination, the expiration of renewal periods, force majeure clauses in the lease. Those all have effects on anybody who signed a lease. The tax implications, there's income tax when you receive the rent, okay? But if there's no production, there's no rent and no income. So you're going to have those implications. The property taxes, though, it turns out your ag assessment doesn't get converted until they actually start construction, okay? So conversion from an ag exemption, where you have to start picking up the normal tax amount, doesn't occur until there's an actual construction started. So during a moratorium period, you will not lose your ag exemption. Mike did have it up on a slide earlier. I'm just repeating it. Some of these things haven't been repeated because you'll probably need to hear it again because it's just hard to keep track of all the stuff that's going on. There's energy credits, but those are going to be reaped by the company that's doing the leasing. Again, the conversion penalty is only for an outward and affirmative act.